Do you guys hear about this? Oprah Winfrey weighing in on Harry and Meghan's drama. Well, let me just go back. First of all, we can see that people are not really happy with Harry and Meghan. At least they don't want to be seen with them publicly. Even Elton John has not invited them to his after party for the Oscars. Now, Oprah, she is weighing in, saying that they should do whatever they feel they want to do. She's leaving it up to them. Okay, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not going to give my opinion of what to do because I think something's wrong with you. Go do what you do, essentially. Oprah is just kind of, okay, I'm not really trying to get involved with these two because I can see they's cray-cray. Something's wrong with you. So she's leaving herself out of it, I would have to say. I mean, from what it looks like, okay? So she weighed in about the coronation, whether or not they should even attend. And they said, well, you need to do whatever's ever best for you and your family. Right? I mean, Harry has had all these negative things to say about his family. It's not safe. They don't protect us. They talk about us. They're sabotaging us. They're doing all these horrible things. Well, then would that be good for you and your family to go to the coronation if they're so evil? I think Harry does not understand what he has done. He really does not clearly see what he has done, because if he did, if he really saw what he has done, he would, first of all, he wouldn't have his butt over in California. He'd be somewhere else closer to the likings of someone of his stature, his background, his upbringing. He should not be in America. He is a fish out of water who is been put in a situation that is not good for him. You can't tell me you're going to live a happy life, all is right with the world, living in California, Montecito, with this woman, and you were brought up and raised a prince, and you are in line to the throne of England, and you got your butt over here in America. Doing what? Mingling with celebrities that you ain't got nothing in common with, trying to do some good for a price. Yeah, I'll do some good, but it's going to cost you. You want me to go do something? You want me to have some charity? Okay, how much you going to pay me to do some charity? Like, that's something's wrong with you. Like, you have come to this. You have succumbed yourself to having to be paid, like literally be paid in cash dollars to be putting in your bank account to go do charity. Because that's essentially what is happening right now with this man. Like, they need to be paid. And so she hasn't specifically spoken to the couple, she says, and they haven't even asked her for her opinion on whether or not she should attend or not. I know why they haven't asked her, because Oprah ain't picking up her phone. Because when they call, she'd be like, that's Harry and Meghan, I ain't picking up the phone. You know what, I'm just playing. But you know what I'm saying. It's kind of like she's weighing in on it from a distance. This is like one of those distant things, because why hasn't she weighed in? Why haven't they spoken? Why haven't they called her? Why is this so like much space? You would think this is a relationship where they speak often enough to have talked about it. This is a distant relationship because they have not asked Oprah for her opinion. Oprah hasn't spoken to them about or contacted them about what she thinks they should do. So this relationship is definitely broken. It is no longer the close, tight-knit relationship that it once was. And I think Oprah wants it this way. She wants it this way, but she also wants to capitalize on the opportunity to have another interview with them. She's not going to close them off completely, but there's no longer, it seems like, this really close, tight-knit, I'm your friend, like we girlfriends type of a thing. No, okay, well, this is a business transactional relationship, and I call you when it's time for the next interview, okay? It's probably not one of those really tight-knit relationships like it probably was in the very beginning, when she was trying to escape the royal family. Harry is still longing for a close relationship with the royals. I know he is. And this is the cracks that I have been talking about, because let's just think about this, okay? Let's just think about this. Harry has always grown up around his family in close proximity. He left for school, but he had his brother. It was time to be on your own. It was exciting. It was the military. Okay, but then he always came back home. Well, now his home life is estranged. His new life and founding and where he needs to be all the time is in California with Americans like me. Talking like me in America. Okay, so he's in America. You done grown up your whole life in Great Britain. You've been around the European, the whole aristocracy, the whole upper echelons of society, and suddenly you find yourself mingling like everyday Joe Schmo folk, just, with Hollywood folk, just trying to live a mundane life, going off trekking to work, maybe with his better up or whatever his work is now that he's got a couple things he's been doing, one of them being with the Aspen group in Colorado. We know he's on this whole thing around myths and disinformation, which I would say he is one of the biggest proponents of disinformation. So he has his nerve even trying to be on a committee like that. But I digress, okay? I digress around. This is the thing about Harry and his children. He is doing something so horrible right now for his children. I mean, let's think about this. His children are growing up every day, getting older, and time is passing by. And the relationship with his cousins, the children and their cousins, to royalty. You're missing out on the very formative years of your relationships with the people who are going to be the most meaningful in your life as you get older. It's your family, having those relationships with your cousins and your aunts and your uncles and everybody. They're going to be like foreigners when they go back to England. They're not going to have the tight-knit relationships, that really special bond to royalty, because the years, the time is passing by every day. And Harry can see it as his children get older. They're not growing up with something very unique and special that Harry had. They're just going to grow up like every other American child. Oh, with the princess and prince title attached to their name. Now, how convoluted and backwards is that? You're going to grow up a prince and a princess, but you're going to speak and talk like an American, and you're going to have these foreign titles, and you're not going to have any special relationships to the royalty in which these prince and princess titles were bestowed upon you. Like there's no connection. Does this not seem backwards to you folks? It sure does seem backwards to me. It's like, what's the point of even having a title? You're going to be in America, then just be regular. Why try to be extra living in America with these titles? For what? It's like the perpetration of it all is so disgusting. It's like you are so perpetrating right now. You are perpetrating. You are a prince and a princess in America. You have no ties or relationship with the actual royal people. You don't have any association with the things in which this prince and princess actually means. The whole value of it in itself is complete foreign. It just seems so backwards to me. I can't even understand this couple and how they even think this brings some clarity to a situation. If anything, it brings unclarity. It brings a bunch of gobbledygook into the situation. It's like, what? So apparently, Harry and Meghan, they want special privileges. They want special privileges for the coronation. Have their invitation to the coronation. But they're going to get the cold shoulder. Let me tell you that right now. They're going to get the cold shoulders. We're like, how's the weather? Yes, it's rainy and dreary today. It's terrible. But they ain't going to say nothing else. It's just going to just keep it moving. Just keep it moving. We ain't got nothing to say. We're just going to keep it moving. I can't wait to see what they do. What are they going to do? Like what's the body language going to be? And many members of the family have no wish to socialize with them. They are under the complete understanding that when you show up to this coronation, you're getting the cold shoulder. Nobody wants to socialize with you. Nobody wants to talk with you. You are officially cut off. And this is something Harry and Meghan are going to have to be prepared for. Someone from the family said, I hope they're seated over in Iceland. Because can you imagine? Can you imagine showing up to the coronation after everything you have done? Be like, oh, you ain't so tough now, huh? You ain't so tough now because you ain't got those cameras in your face talking about the family. Oh, you ain't so tough now because you got to sit here and stand and be in front of all of us that you talk badly about, huh? You ain't so tough. That's the thing. They can be all big and bold when they're in California talking and sitting in front of the cameras and saying things and, you know, talking badly about the family. But now they got to go pay the piper and go stand and be with these people that they spoke so negatively about. Now how are you going to feel? Are you going to feel confident then? You going to feel like you're really upset you don't like them now? Oh, I bet you're going to be trying to talk like you do like them. You're going to be talking like you're trying to have friendly conversation, words of niceties to say. But it's why even put yourself in this position? Why? You knew the man was going to have a coronation someday. It wasn't like the queen was going to live forever. You knew eventually you were going to have to go back for this coronation. But yet and still, what do? You go off on this rampage to make money off of speaking badly about your family. That's what I don't understand. That's the whole hypocrisy of it all. It's like, what is the point of even doing that? Understanding that this is your lifeline to what you are trying to do in America. It's like you can't just stop, okay, we're going to officially be the new prince or king and queen of America. We just going to cut off those other people that we got our titles from, and we're going to start all over, and we just going to do a blackout, and nobody else matters but us. We're the only ones. You know, this is how Meghan has relationships with people. She just cuts them off, and they don't exist. They're dead. They don't matter, and she's just going full throttle forward in her new rebuilt life while isolating other people. It's official. Harry and Meghan have been blasted as Hollywood Nobodies. Yeah, that's the latest. They are branded as Hollywood Nobodies by author Tom Bauer, who added he thinks that King Charles could make them somebody again. Right now, you are nobody. Only the king can make you somebody. It's been a cruelly labeled nobodies after the pair didn't turn up to the Oscars on Sunday. They didn't even show up, y'all. Now, if they're going to go to anything in California, it's going to be the Oscars. You mean to tell me they didn't even show up for the Oscars? Okay, something is wrong. Something is wrong. Something is amiss, I would say. It is reported that not only did the duo fail to attend the 95th Academy Awards at the weekend, but they were also shunned by huge stars like Elton John. He explained that they were also missing from Elton John's Oscar party before the writers slammed King Charles for not being decisive regarding the upcoming coronation. Now, his words came when he was speaking on GB News, saying that they weren't even invited to Elton John's party at the Oscars. They are really nobodies in Hollywood. But somehow King Charles is going to make them somebody in London at the most important event of his life. And this is how we know, okay, they're going to be there. They're going to be there because no matter what happens in terms of getting the cold shoulder and being booed, the only way that they can be somebody again is to go to the coronation, but you still ain't nobody because your butt ain't going to be on that balcony. I'm telling you right now, you ain't going to be on that balcony. It ain't going to happen.